Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Omega Gaming Esports. My name is Ivar, and I'm joined by the wonderful Rude Dude and Viscero. Say what's up, boys.
Good evening.
What's
Good
up?
evening.
All right, we got Metashift Division 140 preseason week 2. We got Omega Gaming Insurgent making their Omega stream debut against Haute Immortals. I hope I'm not butchering their name, but we're straight into pick ban here.
Yeah, straight out the bat, going to be looking to see, obviously, what sort of bands we're getting here. Bearing in mind here, guys, this is a Plat Diamond League, if I'm not mistaken. You know, top of Plat, edge of Diamond. So we're not expecting the most meta champions to need to be banned away here. This is more comfort target bans that we're expecting to come out, at least in these sort of levels. So things like Ezreal, Zac, and Kayn are more standard, and things like the Senna and Samira and Kai'Sa that we've seen in AD carry, not necessarily needing to be banned, but I mean they're already just racing through this draft right here.
Yeah, we see the Hecarim Grugs picked up for Omega Gaming, and we see the Wombo comp forming here for Haute Immortal. We have MF, J4, and Rel being picked up, it looks like. That's
they're
going to be scary.
they're definitely showing their hand early in this draft, but it's definitely looking like a dangerous Wombo comp, like you said.
It's almost like both teams are going into each other here with the Kai'Sa and Hecarim on the side of Omega Gaming. The Gragas is good disengage. I'm going to confidently say that's going to go to the top lane for Eterno. And I think everybody on the side of I'm butchering it for sure, but
Immortal.
everybody immortal. I'm just gonna call them immortal. But their picks are pretty telegraphed and position wise, right? MF's gonna go AD, J4's jungle, Rel support.
Yeah, I think that the important thing to note here is the Immortal are going for this heavy wombo combo composition onto a squad of insurgents that have got so much mobility, right? And not just the mobility, they've got all of this disengage as well. The second Misfortune tries to channel her ulti, she's going to have Onslaught of Shadows, Devastating Charge, Body Slam, the cask from Gragas. There's so much stuff that can interrupt what is going to be that lead DPS source in the late game that it is really just an incredibly difficult time ahead for this Misfortune. So we need to see some sort of deviation, maybe in build path or play style, where we get this heavy auto attack style as well from Misfortune. And in the late game, it really struggles, and that's why you do see Misfortune, this sort of early game ADC, which transitions into the ult bot. But if she's able to get those autos out, that's how she's going to be relying on DPS, at least as we get into the team fights.
Yeah, and we're seeing that Thresh being hovered here for Kiri, a signature pick, and it is locked in. In-story on a lock coming out in response from Hot. It looks like Mega Gaming is going to give Memoria, or as we know, Ginkwell, counter pick here for the mid lane.
I mean, they've just got so much wombo combo already. I mean, they're just going to pick Ornn or something here in the top lane and just really slather on top all of that wombo. I mean, they could go Rumble as well if they wanted to. That's just sort of one of your bread and butter wombo combo team fights. But they're actually putting something in here which actually fits into their composition incredibly well, right? And it does exactly what they need it to do in this composition, because we'd highlighted how everyone can jump out of this big AoE team fight. Camille stops that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I agree. And the Diana is being hovered, a signature pick for Ginkwell here. I wonder if it's going to be locked in.
Another
Or
really
Nico.
good
Nico is good.
disengage. Yeah, Nico's a really good disengage tool right here. Not necessarily disengage, but Immortal is going this heavy dive composition, and Nico thrives off that. So it's a really good pick, a really good answer to what Immortal have started drafting here.
Yeah. I'm liking the direction this game's going into. It's gonna be very explosive, it seems like, especially around dragons. Both Camille and Gragas can make some TP plays. I'm assuming Nico's going to take TP as well. Flanks are going to be key in team fights for the Camille and for the Nico. So I'm excited. We're just waiting for these players to get into draft. But Vic, you being a support player here, I know you haven't gotten too much time to experiment with Rel here, but how do you feel about this Rel Thresh matchup in the bot lane?
I really like the Thresh pick for Kiri. I think he's one of his best champions, and I think it can do good things against Sorel. It also offers safety for Kai'Sa to play forward in lane, having the mobility of the Lantern to get her out of some sticky situations. But Yeah, I think it's going to provide like good utility overall, and some good disengage from the rel engage. Uh, although rel's definitely a champion that can just kind of make a snap play happen and just insta stun an AD carry out of nowhere. So it's going to be interesting to see how the bot lane matchup goes. I'm definitely going to be looking out for the positioning of both these AD carries. As we said, like there's a lot of engage coming out of Immortal side, so um, this Kai'Sa is going to have to play extremely safely and not make sure to be the target of all that wombo.
Yeah, and I think with Kai'Sa's ult, she's going to be able to, hopefully get onto the backside of the team fight with Hecarim here. I think a lot of the team fight's going to be around whether Camille can get that Hextech ultimatum onto Kai'Sa before she can ult the backline. Because if that's down, she can't ult the backline, right? She just gets stopped at the edge.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many tools as well to even prevent Camille from getting in the first place, right? We've got Thresh Flay, Box, Hook, all that good stuff to keep the Camille out. If Camille gets in and we use the cask defensively as well, the second Camille leaves the ultimatum, so can the target, right? So there's plenty of ways of preventing it for Insurgents. I think that in Immortal's favor, what we do have to say is that Rel's ultimate is going to be incredibly pivotal right here. And as Vic talked about, these snap engages that Rel can get off are going to have to be massive and are going to have to be huge. We're going to need to be seeing Kiri with those clutch flays, predicting, maybe even just stopping these engages entirely coming on through, because otherwise Immortal can just win this team fight before it even starts if they get everybody in the combo.
Yeah, I agree. If J4 Cataclysm comes down with Misfortune ult on top of it and Ori ult, it's just complete delete. So they have to be very careful for that.
Yeah, Mortals comp is definitely like straightforward execution for them, right? Like they want the J4 with the Ori ball going in, or even the Rel or the Camille going in with Ori ball, and basically just like hitting their R buttons in synchronization, and they get a massive team fight win. On the side of a mega game Insurgents, though, there's definitely going to be like a lot more precise execution that's needed. The Nico is a champion that I like a lot, but can also be used to counter engage really well. So I think they have a lot of good counter engage in their team and a lot of hard pick potential as well. So definitely going to need to see some really excellent execution out of the Insurgent squad here.
And something that
Agree.
you should typically be looking at for a composition like this for Immortal is that, yes, their team fighting's great, but some things that typically hinder squads like this is that they have really weak laning phase. But in this instance, they don't have that going against them. They've got Camille into Gragas is probably the worst matchup that they've got going. Orianna, an incredibly safe laner, and can, quite easily farm up, get to that mid-game team fighting stage quite easily against a Nico. And then down on the bot side as well, Misfortune should handily have an advantage over Kai'Sa. As Vic alluded to earlier, this Thresh into Rel is fairly decent for Insurgents. If we get these flays out, the Rel can't really engage, but then it comes back down to if the supports aren't really doing anything, becomes a difference between the AD carries and in the sheer 1v1, or at least in terms of early game damage output, Misfortune does handily out damage Kai'Sa. So for Immortal, they've got themselves all the tools to get to this team fight stage, and as we talked about, it is just going to become execution. Can they do it? Can they manage it? Or are Insurgents going to find a way to navigate their way through team fights and get to a lead themselves?
Yeah, I think we've kind of touched pretty much every single part of both compositions and how we're expecting it to play out. So we're going to cut it to a quick break here while we wait out this remaining 2 minutes of spectator delay, and we will be back once all 10 players are loaded onto the Rift. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are loaded onto the Rift here. We got Omega Gaming Insurgents taking on Haute Immortals, and I think chat clarified it's supposed to be pronounced Oat, but I'm still calling them Hot because I don't think that's right. But yeah, we're seeing a standard 5-point over here.
Yeah, fairly traditional, fairly typical here, and nothing really too untoward. Of course, there are Thresh on one side, so you could see a little bit of an invade, but for the most part, it doesn't look to be the case here. Just standard, traditional, making sure that you don't get any vision down that isn't reciprocated on the other side of the map, and a fairly standard, quiet early game, at least I'm expecting from Hot or Immortals side.
Yeah, we see 2 Hekrams on the map. That's not a spectator bug. 2 Hekrams on the mini map there.
The younger
Uh,
Nico.
I wonder how many people actually get thrown off by that.
You know, I did. I played some Nico on NA today because she's free to play. And I walked into lane and the enemy mid laner all chatted me saying, I genuinely thought you were the top laner because I did that thing where you swap early on. Oh.
See a little bit of a positional skirmish, nothing else there. But looking like it's going to be a red start from both junglers here.
Yeah, the Camille's taking up a very aggressive position into the enemy's red side jungle, seeing if she could get maybe a nice little trade in before the lane even starts and get some priority in her lane. She's just backing off now.
Yeah, we see a rapid fire in the mid lane and bot lane. I'm gonna keep touching on this Nico. I have too much fun with it. I think a lot of bot lane is gonna be decided by level 2. So I think both bot lanes should be pushing for level 2 advantage here.
Yeah, they've both got relic stacks to be going on, so like if they try and push for it, they have the slight advantage, or both supports have that chance to go for it, but looks like Insurgence should be winning this level 2 here.
Yeah, level 2 comes out, Kiri's gonna step up. Hook does come out and it lands onto Misfortune, and that should be first blood going over to Rapid Fire. So much damage coming out from that Q.
Just instantly dead there, and you know, level 2 all in. You talked about it being the pivotal point of bot lane, and it just is.
Yeah, I mean, if you can hit those hooks, you're guaranteed a flash, and Immortal Blade didn't even have time to flash or heal there. Instead, just instantly goes down to the damage coming out from that Flay auto and Rapid Fire's Q. So, first blood.
And Vic's crying here. He's recovering from the loss of channel points right there. So we'll give him a minute to recuperate, recover his thoughts, and try and pick those back up right there. But a really good start on the bot side for Unleashed, and Rapid Fire going to be getting off to exactly the start that he'll want.
Yeah, actually going for that Cull buy. Cull boots. Didn't have it. I guess Cull works here. I don't know how worth it is to get an early evolve. He would have to go. There's 2 different paths now, right? Either BF Sword or Serrated Dirk.
Oh, BF Sword hasn't been a thing for a long time, I don't think. It's
actually, it's back. Actually,
it's not back.
Do you not subscribe to the Church of B-Rai?
No. Hello. It might be back, but I don't buy into it. I'm not subscribing. I'm not an apostle.
Seeing a gank in the mid lane here from support and jungle, but Nico's just gonna walk away.
Yep, Memoria managing to dodge out on that quick 3-man in the mid lane, but yeah, really good trading coming out from the laners of Insurgence, and yeah, just good play all around so far to pick up the first blood. We see nice CS lead in bot lane, and even just about everywhere else on the map.
Yeah, just what team outscales? I feel like the side of them. Actually, I think
Insurgents have a good late game scaling because they've got Kai'Sa, right? Like they have Kai'Sa and they're always going to do well. Gragas on the top lane as well. Depends if he goes full frontline tank. He can be a really strong frontline as well. But Ori Camille is a devastating duo, and I think that Camille is just going to one-shot Kai'Sa in the late game. So it kind of comes down to a top side versus bot side, where the bot side for Insurgents outscales, but the top side for for Immortal here definitely has the advantage.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of builds, I find it interesting that Data went and first backed Lucidity boots. Not sure if that's like a common Hecarim thing, but interesting buy nonetheless.
Lucidity boots are just broken right now. You got to pick them up on everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a Hecarim player, can't say it, but Lucidity boots are very strong, and I mean, a lot of people have just been going for them, so I'm not gonna count them out.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing level 6 coming out for solo laners here soon. A gank in the top lane. J4 showing up to the top lane, uses the flag and drag, flash coming out from Eterno, but that should be an instant drag response from Omega Gaming, and we see the shoving coming out from Insurgents, and the pings come out, and there should be a free dragon with the jungler of Hot on the other side of the map.
Good cross mapping fairly standard, but it's exactly what you would expect from Unleashed. Or from Unleashed. I've only been casting them for ages. For Insurgents here.
Yes, for Insurgents here. To be fair, Unleashed League has been going on for 5 weeks now, and we're just getting to see some more of our other rosters. So super excited to see how this rest of the split plays out. But Free Infernal Drake, can't get mad at that.
Already a 1,000 gold lead right here as well, which is kind of insane. It's just a single kill. Also, they got first blood down on the bot side, which is about 600 gold in total. You get 400 for the kill and then the 200 for the assist. So we've got basically 500 gold of just farm lead coming out right now, and the majority of that going to be in the jungle, some of that in the bot lane. So you know, these 2 pressure points for Insurgents going to be where we're finding and seeing these advantages. We've got Data really out-farming Immortal, Mitch rather, who's just been looking for a few ganks, right? We saw an attempt in the mid lane and an attempt on the top lane, and you've burned a flash of Gragas, you haven't burned the flash of Nico, unfortunately, but we need to see those cooldowns revisited, those lanes punished, and see if he can maybe make something work, because he was down a few CS a little bit earlier, and Hecarim has his entire top side to farm up, whilst the Jarvan is just lacking a little bit behind.
Yeah, what is the Nico build? You said you played it today. Do you, do you have any idea?
I went Rocket Belt for a load of fun. That was pretty good. But I think it's just Ludens. You go Ludens, Zhonya's, and you probably just go like Void Rabadons after that, to be honest.
Just full glass cannon. Because your shield on your
Yeah.
ultimate builds off of scales off of your AP, correct?
Yes, I hope so. It's the amount of people as well nearby, I'm pretty sure. Like, the more people, if you get a 5-man, you get a massive shield.
Gotcha.
Ival's clicking the skill.
Yes, I am going to look here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's per nearby champion. You're right.
Okay.
5 hit.
I didn't even read the tooltip. Let's go. Okay, Eterno's trying to build a freeze on this top side, and Bobo is absolutely devastated by this. Doesn't want this to happen, so you can see him desperately just trying to trade, break this threes, but Inferno has got himself like a Balmy Cinder, which is enough for him to start tanking up these minions. Got Gragas passive, and he's got 3 biscuits as well. So if this wave stays in this exact same position, it means that Insurgence's flash deficit on the top side for Inferno can't get punished, because there's just no world for a Jarvan to gank this.
Yeah, and he's just enjoying his laning phase here. He has 3 biscuits in inventory. Has the sustain from Gragas Drunken Rage, I believe it's called. Flay attempt from Kiri, but nothing comes from it. We do see Data on this Hecarim sitting in this bush. He's channeling his recall. Never mind.
Okay. Good trade on the top
Looks like
side there. Really good.
Yeah, the freeze might be broken here. No, okay.
It's good to see that the second Eterno whiffs on a cooldown, that Bobo just doesn't let him let him be with it, right? Oh, Kiri whiffs the hook, but good effort nonetheless. Wave's in a good spot.
False safety.
Look
Data
at
has
Data,
looped
yeah.
around here. Yeah. And he is going to look the flash flay maybe from Kiri.
This is so obvious right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a bit too obvious. I was thinking Kiri might have been baiting, you know, missing the skill shots just to bait them to go in on him or something for the gank to come through, but Lantern coming out,
coming out.
play.
Yeah, Mortal Blade has to flash away. Hecarim does come out. He does gonna pick up a kill onto... MF should be dead here. That kill goes over to Data. TP's coming out from the top lane. Orianna TP's in as well. Data picks up another kill. Beautiful 2-man shockwave. Kiri is low, and the Hextech ultimatum comes out onto Kiri. Kiri does go down, and now the side of Hot needs to save face and run away. Double kill picked up for Rapid Fire, and that's a 3-for-1 trade in favor of Mega Gaming.
They only lose Thresh as well, right? You give up your support for that, you're more than happy on the Insurgent side to take that trade. Rapid Fire has 3 kills now. Yes, you got an assist in that little skirmish, but a double kill for your Kai'Sa. Exactly where you want her to be, up 20 CS, up 3 kills. Like, this Kai'Sa is absolutely lethal this game.
Yeah, and also has that call. So, see? BF start. You call me troll.
Oh, I just said I didn't see it and I didn't believe. But hey, you know what? If he's doing good, then why not?
You didn't go to
It's the
church
church
yesterday.
of
That's all I'm
Uri.
saying.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, you take that trade every day of the week, especially considering the fact that Immortal spent 2 TPs to make that play happen, and Memoria literally
down.
just walked down. Yeah, he didn't even have to use his TP, so definitely a great play for Insurgents, and maybe we see something else. Nope, hook goes wide.
Yes, be right. This is Q Evolve.
Does he have Q Evolve now?
Yeah,
Really?
I
Okay.
believe so. Yeah, I'm clicking on him in it.
Okay, hold on. We have a Drake.
Yeah, we have a Drake starting. Flay comes out onto Rel. Hook does come out. The Ori Ball is on him, but he's going to instantly go down here. Rapid Fire picks up another kill, and Immortal Blade is in a very precarious situation here. W does come out for Rapid Fire, and Flay comes out. That's going to be a
He has
double
ult
kill
soon.
pickup for Rapid Fire. Yeah, he's going to wait the ult out, use that Killer Instinct, pick up a kill. He is 5-0. Absolutely unstoppable right now.
Literally, the second it comes up, he uses it once again to live up to its name. Killer Instinct finds the blood in the water, sniffs it out, gets the kill real quick, real nice there, and another couple kills going into Insurgents. They are looking incredibly strong right now. 3k gold lead, 2 dragons, not really giving anything else up elsewhere. They've got CS lead in the mid lane, in the bot lane, in the jungle. Top lane, it's kind of a farm fest at the minute, and to be honest, that's more than happy for Insurgents. You know, yes, Camille can be a bit of a threat later on, but when you have a 5-0 Kai'Sa, talked about the fact that Camille can probably deal with a Kai'Sa, maybe not one that's quite this fed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kaisa is super fed at this point, and like you said, now should have the Q evolve with the pickaxe coming through. So this Kaisa is going to be extremely lethal and can probably solo about anyone in the game at this point.
I've been seeing Rapid Fire's playstyle for the course of a year right now. And his playstyle is, I don't want to sound like flamey, but it's not like a mechanical check playstyle. It's he farms up and plays for the late game, and him being 5-0 at this point right now is really, really good for his playstyle. He's going to be able to take over the game with this lead.
I'll have to make sure that that one comes to fruition. Of course, having that sort of reserved playstyle typically helps you out, and especially as you say, being 5-0, you are incredibly far
Hook
ahead.
does come out right into the box, and Immortal Blades popping the ultimate Flay stops it. Rapid Fire will pick up another kill, and I think Rel should be able to get away. Flash is available. Hook does not land, and they're gonna just let her go there.
Yeah, Hook connects onto Misfortune, and it's a really good counter engage from Unfried Beans, but not quite enough, unfortunately. Kai'Sa is too strong, MF is too weak, and a really good play actually from Kiri, preventing the bullet time from channeling completely. Makes it all worthwhile. A really good restraint there to hold the play, or at least get it back in after the box is hit.
Bot lane with 100% kill participation here, both on the ADC and support. Really taking over the game.
Doesn't quite get that play, that's sad.
Timed out there. Memoria needs to be careful.
He's got 4 people swarming. One of the really fun things to do on Nico, by the way, is use your W for jukes. And I might have to hold it here as Data's going ham.
Yeah, he uses the ultimate onto Rel. Rel still has that flash available. Flash the way the ball is on top of her. She's going to go away. Nico ult is going to be used. Flash from J4 to safety. Nothing's going to come from that. Just some ultimates and flashes traded.
Really clean combos coming out of Data, getting the ulti and the E down perfectly onto like all engages has really been impressive for me.
Absolutely taxing Rapid Fire right there for no good reason. Steals the turret gold as well. Actually, you know, it seems like a meme thing, and in a game that's that isn't so close, it doesn't really matter that much. But the fact that Rapid Fire missed out on essentially 350 gold right there, just because Data was in the vicinity. In a closer game, I would be criticizing it and be like, well, I wouldn't want that to happen, but, you know, for further enhancement on your exact win condition, you can already see that Data's identified that he is a tank. He is not a damage source. He's gone Turbo Chem Tank, not gone for Divine Sunder, Trinity Force, anything like that. Rapid Fire is your damage for consistent DPS in a team fight, so denying him all that gold, it might seem like, oh, just a good tax, haha, but he's going in again.
Ghost does come out, yeah. Ultimate Killer Instinct comes out from Rapid Fire. He jukes out the Shockwave from Orianna, and it's just going to be more ultimate trades in the mid lane there.
So is this Storm Razor then as second item for Kai'Sa? I guess that's what this is going for. That makes a lot of sense.
I believe
like
so.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if BF is in Storm Razor anymore. That's unfortunate for me, but
I think it goes Storm Razor IE, if I
yeah,
remember correctly.
yeah, I think it is. That's the only thing that I
I
can think
think
that the Kerr Chase is needed for.
he doesn't know. Yeah, be right. He doesn't know.
I don't know.
He missed Sunday service yesterday. That's all I'm gonna say. Hope coming out from Kiri here. They're not gonna commit too hard on this.
I'm learning. I'm studying live. Okay, this is the IRL learning session. And Moria hits a good
The Tangle
through.
Barbs does land. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
He's going Leandries. Okay, I don't know about that on Nico. Like, you're a burst champion. You don't have sustained cooldowns. It's not like, you know, Syndra, who you can kind of get away with it. Cassio, that you definitely get away with it on. And Ori, you know, you have fairly quick on cooldown champions. But Nico, I don't think quite fits that philosophy. Like, it just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I agree. This game, it definitely seems a little out of place. But, you know, it shouldn't be too big of an issue for them, seeing as they are in such a commanding lead over this game so far.
And they see the jungler top lane, and Dragon is started. Mortal Mitch does drop that Rift Shroud in the top lane. Top tower probably will fall in response to this Dragon, but that's going to put Insurgence on Soul Point.
You know, trading that for a top tier 1 turret, they're going to be more than happy with at the end of the day. Yes, they lose their, you know, top tier 1, but if they might go down as well.
He has the ultimate. TP is coming out. He's waiting for the Hextech ultimatum to run out. He flashes away, and Data did TP there. Wait, did we not touch on?
He did TP.
Oh, I just got juked. Oh no, not like those.
Crazy. TP Smite. Is he playing Yi? Weird. Sorry. Carry on.
Wow, I can't believe that actually got me. Unbelievable. But yeah, I think at this point it should be a textbook finish from Insurgents. They just gotta wait out, pressure dragons, play side lanes, get picks where they need, and just end the game. They're miles ahead of the enemy team in terms of itemization.
Yeah, and this is a best of 3 series here, so we will have another game regardless, right? I know that currently we've been doing best of 2s on the Omega Gaming Esports stream, but this one could be the potential for 3, so I don't want to write out Immortals too soon here. Of course, just one bad game doesn't necessarily mean that it's all doom and gloom from here on in. We could still have a full best of 3, and this is for seeding in Metashift 140, right? Do you want to explain it a little bit?
I think this is a preseason tournament to if you go undefeated in it, you will receive a discount for entry fee, I believe. It's primarily there just to build hype for the regular season. We see have a team fight in the jungle here. Hook just come out. We do see the MF ulti, a little bit of a wombo there. Nico ultimate comes over the top onto 3 members. Rapid Fire still alive here. Hextech ultimate onto Rapid Fire. He does use the Killer Instinct to stay alive. That's 1 kill. 2 kills being picked up. Cask does come out, and so far it's a clean wipe, it looks like, for... actually, Kiri does go down, so that's going to be a 4-for-1 trade in favor of Insurgents.
That was the perfect team fight. They get 3-man Rel, 3-man Shockwave, and a massive bullet time, and they still only kill Kiri. It's really unfortunate that they're so far behind, because in an even gold state, that team fight looks incredibly different. It looks a lot different and a lot better for Immortal there, but they are just so far down this gold hole that it's just too little too late at this point.
Yeah. The hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper. Like, I really don't know. Like, that was almost picture perfect in the backline there, right? Rel ult, Ori ult, and MF ult, like you said, and they were only able to pick up Kiri. And I think Kiri could have possibly lived there actually if he got his flash up in time, but I think it was on CD for a couple more seconds. But yeah, it's going to be hard for the side of Hot here to come back.
The good thing is they're going to be down a Cloud Soul, which is, you know, the one solace here. If they're down Ocean or down Infernal Soul, then it always looks a lot worse. And I think that something to note is that there's always that chance for the 1% team fight with this combo specifically that probably goes up to like 5 to 10%. And then they steal away Elder Drake, and they steal the Elder Drake, they transition that into a Baron, and they can turn that into, you know, turrets, turn that into gold. There is a very real comeback possibility for Immortals here, so I don't want to count them out just yet because they've still got that possibility, but it does look very, very dire at the minute.
Yeah. It's just looking rough. I'm trying to think of ways for the side of Haute Immortal to come back, but I think you said it best. It's that it's the
Okay, this is the 1v1 that we need to see. Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
1v1 in the bot. No, it looks like they're not going to go for that fight. Eterno goes in, uses the cast, but Mitch is just going to be flag and dragging to the other side of it and walking away from that. Ooh, stuff is getting spicy. Dragon is spawning in the next 50 seconds here.
Honestly,
I really want to see. Yeah, I really want to see rapid fire fight.
Yeah.
We might see it. And there is a fight in the bot lane here. Rapid fire kiting away cancels an auto attack, but Hextech ultimatum is used, and I think rapid fire is just way too far ahead, and that's going to be a solo kill. I'm going to count that as a solo kill. All he got was the lantern shield, but he was nowhere near dead.
Yeah, he still has killer instinct as well. We'll give him that one.
They're not using the body slam here. They're going to go onto Rel, but Rel's just going to walk away. This dragon should be free on towards the side of Insurgence.
Yeah, Kiri was just going down there to make sure he kept up his 100% kill participation. He didn't really have to be there. But
True.
Nice of him to show his face anyway.
I feel like they can almost go straight to Baron after a back.
Oh, so yeah, for sure. They don't even need to recall here. Like they could and just 100% it, but they're so far ahead at this point. They have 2 item, nearly 3 item Kai'Sa at this stage. They have 3 item Kai'Sa, right? Yeah, you just do the Baron. Like this is, you do Baron if they come. You have Thresh, Hecarim engage, Gragas engage if you need it with Flash as well. Like this is for Insurgents. The next couple of minutes should be fairly linear and fairly simple in what they want to achieve. If Erna could even look for Mitch here, and if they catch out the jungler beforehand, that's just everything they need.
Yeah, and
Well,
the jungler just insta-dies there. And the pace is going to pick up pretty quickly here. Memoria might be getting caught out here. Trying to juke out the enemy, but flashes forward, uses the Pop Blossom plus her E. I can't remember the name,
Tangled
but it
Barbs.
wasn't enough. Yeah, Tangled Barbs, that's what it was.
Now, I'll say a little misplay because it was a little bit heat of the moment right there. Memoria a little bit uncertain what he wanted to achieve, but you can just use W ulti right there and potentially catch out Immortal Blade before it even comes through. Flash hook from Kiri.
comes out. Yeah, and Orianna's completely deleted here, and so will the Rel. That's another kill picked up for Rapid Fire, and they're going to go on to Misfortune here, and she's dead. She heals, flashes to no avail. She'll go down. This will be Inhibitor and maybe game.
They have Baron. They have Kai'Sa. 25 seconds on Ori. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, absolute dominant performance from level 2 till now from the bot lane of the Merga Gaming Insurgents.
The important thing here is that Rapid Fire lost his 100% kill participation, and Kiri didn't, so...
Who's the real Kiri here?
Yeah, and that's going to be game 1, going over to the side of Omega Gaming Insurgents. Maybe we'll see one more fight. Rel does go in, uses the ultimate. Flay does come out. Memoria will go down here. Oh, that was not Memoria, that was Data, sorry. No, that was Eterno. But it doesn't matter, game's over. 100% kill participation coming out for Kiri in the bot lane here. Really dominant performance. I got juked again by the Nico, dude. Feels bad.
That was a speed run of a game for sure. That was as clean as you can get. You know, like few deaths, but mostly on support, which you don't mind taking. Yeah, that was extremely impressive from Insurgents.
Yeah, and let's check these damage charts out here. I'm looking at them, and it looks like Rapid Fire is insanely ahead of the rest of the game. It's not even a lot of damage. I guess 18k damage at 24 minutes is a lot. Now I think about it.
Yeah, it's like 750 DPM, right? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, so they'll go up 1-0 here. Thank you to all 51 people that are tuning into the stream. Appreciate everybody coming out. We are going to go to a quick break as we set up the lobby and draft for game 2. So bear with us. We'll be back in about 2 to 3 minutes here. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the stream. That was less than 3 minutes for sure, but we're straight into game 2 draft here. Sides are switched. Mega Gaming Insurgence is on the blue side now, and Haute Immortal are on the red side. What do you guys think they need to change going into game 2 here?
I mean,
Or do you like to start?
I'm gonna go with don't get 2v2 killed at level 2 is probably the best way to not in the game. I honestly like that is the type of thing that can just snowball, right? Because MF lost all lane control, lost literally everything that she was trying to accomplish with her bot lane pick, and Kai'Sa vastly outscales, right? The second Kai'Sa gets a single lead over Misfortune, the game's just over for the MF, and they didn't play to their top side advantage where Camille could have dominated over a Gragas. And yeah, from there, like Immortal just need to recognize their win conditions as well. They didn't really get to team fighting so early on in the game. Like by the time they got to the team fights, they were already over essentially because of the lead.
Yeah, I think if anything Immortal learned from last game, it's to respect Kiri's Thresh. That man will hit level 2 and he will hit that hook and
As
he
you
will
say
get
that,
that first blood.
B1 Thresh.
They
Yeah,
don't.
as I say that, the B1 Thresh is coming out.
Okay.
It's actually insane how confident he is in his Thresh. I mean, we saw it last game. He should definitely be as confident as he is in it.
Misfortune picked again. This should be a. I'm trying to think what ADC we can pick here. Maybe Senna's up.
You have your pick of the litter. The issue is Omega have a tradition of fasting, and Thresh isn't your fasting partner. So Aphelios,
for sure.
yeah, okay, there we go. If this gets locked in, Thresh Aphelios is just an incredibly
Could be
powerful bot lane duo as well.
Could be Xayah too.
Xayah's
I know.
a bit early. It's a bit early to be
Yeah.
picking Xayah here.
Okay. I know that he loves the champion. That's why I was saying it.
And I like the Aphelios. It's something that Immortal took away from them last game. So now, given the fact that they've drawn bans in other areas, taken the Kai'Sa away this time around, now they can pick up the Aphelios, and it's another really strong carry for Rapid Fire. And paired with the Thresh, it's a really good combo in the bot lane.
And that Karma's instantly changed to Gragas, and it's locked in, and a Seraphine lock-in on the side of Hot. Misfortune Seraphine, really, really strong lane. Because off the Make It Rain, I believe, from Misfortune, Seraphine's able to stun. So very impressive against the right combination, but I think I'm confident in the side of Curie and Rapid Fire here.
They fall to the exact same thing that the MF did in game number 1, where if you get hooked, you're gonna die. And that's sort of the traditional sense of Seraphine or these sort of squishy range caster enchanter supports into quote quote tank supports, right? Whereas if the tanks get on top of you, traditionally they need to go for the all in, and then they're able to just kill you and pretty much win from that. But if Senna or if Seraphine Misfortune are able to sustain the engage, they're going to have more innate sustain coming from the Seraphine passive, or not passive, but the Seraphine W coming through, and then just MF does more damage with her base auto attack, so is able to lifesteal up a little bit more from Lifeline, from D-Blade, from things like that. And the second Aphelios has got rid of the shotgun, the red weapon to begin with. The sustain comes through in a much bigger way for Immortal down on the bot side.
What?
Okay.
R4 NASUS locked in. What?
It's okay. Quas is coming to plat.
I
Quas is
actually
coming to
got
Plat.
taken aback by that. Holy Nasus. Is this me playing in a normal?
Is this me?
I mean, it could still be Seraphine mid. Let's not rule that out. Darius
Yeah, the Seraphine's a flex pick for sure.
Hover? Is it locked in? Not yet.
Ooh.
It's Volibear.
Oh, how disappointing.
I know Eterno was saying, give it to me. But I think that might actually be Volibear jungle.
Yeah. I mean, they have Gragas locked in, right? They're just going to go Resident Sleeper farm top lane and win through bot side again, it looks like. Thresh is really impressive. Yone? Okay. Angles.
Angles?
Spice?
This is a Yone angle.
It would have been a good flex to send the Darius into top lane and Gragas jungle, but okay, we get the
It's
Yone.
locked in. The blind Yone. Unless they're calling the bluff and saying you can't put Seraphine mid now. Well, can they? How does the Seraphine Yone matchup go? I imagine Yone wins that pretty
Same thing
convincingly.
as it's the same sort of principle as bot lane, right? If you can get on the in if you can stay on top of Seraphine, you're gonna win. But it's all about exit damage. And early on, at least, Seraphine has a lot of damage, so could be pretty rough in the early game. Yone doesn't particularly win lanes pre-level 3 when Seraphine should really be excelling. So if Immortal's able to keep him down in the early couple of levels, then that can transition over into a first recall where Seraphine has an advantage in items and have the advantage in a 1v1. But, as soon as there's a single item, really, Yone will win all-ins against Seraphine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely like the Yone pick into the Seraphine. Just kind of like calling that as a blind pick mid Seraphine, not a flex of bot lane, but I'm not liking Immortals draft. I'm not liking what they did, at least with the last two picks. Seemed kind of like just like I don't know, just a little random. Tarek, I don't feel really synergizes well with the rest of the team, and NASUS is not really a competitive champion. In all honesty, it's just like you kind of stack, and you don't really provide too much else other than like a wither, and like I guess being like a front line, but yeah.
So Quas played this because Quas is playing for an amateur team. If people don't know, Bay State College. They played against Wildcard a couple of days ago in Challengers Uprising, the current NA amateur league that's going on right now. And they picked Nasus into Gragas, I think, into Aatrox, something oppressive in the top lane. Essentially, he maxed his E for 3. He put 3 points in E, barely had any stacks, and they got rolled. So Nasus, at least in, we'll say, semi-competitive environment, has a 0% win rate, and on somebody who is probably one of the most renowned NASUS players that there are, wasn't able to pilot it, wasn't able to put it in a good spot. So yeah, that sort of gives you a general gist, at least, of where NASUS sits at the minute.
Yeah, I think the most value they're going to get from Nasus is if he can get those stacks up and split push towers down. Maybe in team fights, if he gets a nice timed wither onto Aphelios could just insta die with Hecarim. But besides that, I don't know. I there's a lot of other stuff you could have gone in the top lane, but sometimes it goes to comfort, right? He might be he might be a Nasus one trick. I'm not too sure. Unfortunately, I did not do enough scouting on both rosters. I leave that to the coaches. But yeah, anything's possible here. I'm excited for the mid lane matchup. Memoria, or as we at Omega know him as Ginkle, he is phenomenal on these assassin champions. So it's always a treat to get to see him play, play a champion like Yone, Diana, Echo. It's definitely a treat. So we're in for a fun one.
Look at where the Gragas is. It's gone to the
Yeah.
jungle here. So what I was anticipating could be a decent-ish lane for the Nasus. Just got a lot worse, I'll say. Volibear, known for his early game lane potency, I will say, and Nasus quite the opposite. So this, Nasus, the potential of just getting stacks and getting free farm, severely reduced right now by the fact that they've sent the Volibear up to the top side, and I really like that. We've seen a Therno on Volibear back when it was meta in season 10, and it looks incredibly strong, incredibly comfortable. So it's not like this is I can pick this into Nasus first time, and we'll see how it goes. But with all that comfort on the Volibear and up against what should be a fairly easy matchup, a Volibear not particularly reliant on his auto attacks. Yes, he has that passive, but the majority of his damage comes from the reapplied W, and then obviously the Stormbringer as well, that little E that gives you the shield, gives you damage as well, that can be really hard to trade into.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun matchup. I don't know. I haven't seen Dade on this Gragas. Why do I keep calling him Dada? It's Data on this Gragas just yet. But I'm assuming, off what I remember here, the side of Insurgence was really working heavily on this Gragas flex for multiple positions. So I'm sure that they're fairly confident that he can pilot the champion, hence why they gave it to him. Yeah, I'm looking at chat right now. Insurgence's coach wanted to pick the Darius, but he didn't think that he was comfortable enough on the champion. So they wouldn't have picked the Gragas or pivoted the Gragas if they didn't think that Data was comfortable enough on it. So I'm fairly confident he'll be able to to pilot the champion effectively.
Yeah, and the Gragas is like a really great flex pick as well for top end jungle right now, I think. Builds very similarly in both positions, I believe. You can go Turbo Chem Tank in both roles, although top lane you see a lot of Sunfire as well. So I'm expecting Data to be pretty active on the map, especially knowing that there's a Hecarim on the other side, which is most likely going to be power farming the early levels out, and yeah, we'll see what he can get done in this early game.
It's kind of hard for Hecarim to gank anywhere, right?
Mhm.
Now that I think
might be
about
able
it.
to find Yone, to be honest, but other
I,
than that, it is yeah.
I could see him finding Yone, maybe counter ganking for like a bot lane play. Seeing as you know how last game went, where the bot lane was the main focal point for all the action. Tarek and him can combine to try and pull something off to get some sort of counter engage going on and maybe trading some kills back and forth. But yeah, definitely going to be hard for him to get much done.
Yeah, for sure. But I think we touched on the draft enough here. We're coming up on that minute and a half here, so we're going to cut to a quick break while we load into client and get synced up, and we will be back for game 2 of this best of 3 series. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rift for game 2 here. I'm Myvar. I'm joined by Viscero here and Rudude on the cast. We're going into game 2 here of Omega Gaming Insurgence, taking on Haute Immortal, I believe. Yeah, Haute Immortal. Another 5-point you think, boys?
And this time we don't have 2 Hecarims, unfortunately. Happens. Sometimes you just get 5 different champions on a team, but this time it's going to be that situation, and we've got a no flash top side for Immortal here. Ghost, Heal, Spellbook, NASUS in the top lane.
I actually love it.
Legend has it.
I really love it, actually. You know, it's gonna be very dangerous for him in the early game to get away with this, but if he can, and if he can get to scaling with this, I think it'll actually be like pretty worth it. Although it may look a little bit troll.
No. So the thing is, right, with Nasus is that he's not an early game champion, but he's also not actually a late game champion. As much as he might seem like he is, he falls under the same pitfalls as the majority of top lane bruisers, where they just get kited. And Ghost Heal, you would say the 2 best summoner spells for not getting kited in terms of giving you a load of movement speed. So you can definitely, make an excuse, make the argument here that these are going to be some utilization or utility summoner spells in the late game that do help him out. So we will have to wait and see. Of course, last game, getting to the late game was a big issue. It was something that was not really achieved by Immortal. So going forward, they're going to need to try and rectify that and see if they can get going in another direction.
Yeah, and this level 2 is going to be very crucial again here. The bot lane. And we see, we see them posturing for level 2 of Mega Gaming, at least.
Tarek used stun as well. They're not going to give them the advantage again. And you can see Misfortune even has cleanse this game, which I'm probably not a fan of. To be honest, you're cleansing Gravitum, Thresh.
I'm just going to say it. If you're taking a cleanse for a Thresh, you shouldn't be playing the champion.
It just speaks to, once again, Kiri's prowess.
And it's like one of those things where once you have the precedent set that you are going to hit those hooks, if you're given a chance to throw them, they just constantly living rent-free in their head whenever he steps up.
Yeah, Kiri never has to throw another hook. After level 1 of level 2 of last game, Memoria goes in here.
Just getting some free damage, get the knock up and gets that proc. Maybe some fighting in the top lane here. Junglers are gonna get... No, that's top end jungler, excuse me.
And you can see Seraphine running a little bit low on mana here in the mid lane, and yes, we've got that fully stacked passive, but it's not going to be too easy for her to proc those passives, because she's got no mana to cast the spells with. Eterno could be looking to take a fight here.
He does get withered. Stormbringer does come out, the stun does come out onto mid here. He's going to walk towards his jungler. Body Slam is available from Data. They're going to go on to Mitch, and Mitch is going to go down, but First Blood going over to the side of Hot. And I think Data's going to chase NASUS away here. Wither comes out, and First Blood going over to Hot, though.
Yeah, the NASUS getting the first blood on the Volibear. It's not necessarily the way we'd imagined it going, but that is the outcome that we have here. Eterno TP's back up to the top side here, and Bobol is a little bit low on mana, still has enough to fire off enough Qs and probably an E as well to push the wave back, but going to be really difficult to keep trading because he's down a Sheen right here. So Eterno will have a little bit of an advantage in those trades, and if he stays in lane for too long, really going to struggle.
Yeah, needs to be careful though in the mid lane and even in the top lane here. The thing with which like you said, Sheen Volibear with the Doran's Ring, surprising damage can come out of nowhere where he just insta bursts you. And he's gonna go for it, and this is the burst I'm talking about. 2 auto, Stormbringer comes out, the shield is there, and NASUS doesn't have any sums, and he's just gonna go down. Solo kill.
Solo bolo.
Solo bolo. I mean, that's exactly the issue with Volibear into NASUS, and a hook hits bot.
Beautiful hook. Play comes out, and they're just gonna use the make it rain into a stun onto rapid fire. Shield does come out, and that's actually a one trade in favor of Hot here.
It's why you don't hook the not why you don't hook the support. I don't want to put that precedent down there. It's why typically you don't hook the support, right? Because the ADC is just free to hit and wail on you, right? And we saw that right there. That rapid fire severely at a disadvantage down in the health pools right here, and especially with Taric having those biscuits, having the Q as well for a little bit of healing, a little bit of sustain. They are in a little bit of a worse spot. But Kiri finds another hook.
Really nice hook. Not much coming of it, but.
We should get a hook counter. 2 for 2 so far.
On camera.
On camera hooks, yes. You're correct. Could have missed some before. Stormbringer comes out, stun comes out, shield is there for Eterno, and he's just auto-attacking away. The Wither's actually a nice mitigation of damage there, because Volibear really relies on those auto-attacks.
Yeah, and the good thing, I suppose, about these trades that Bobol is finding is that he's getting the majority of his damage down before Stormbringer hits. And Eterno's maxing that E, or at least putting 3 points into it, which is a very typical laning Volibear thing to do. But as soon as we've now got this level 6 here, could just go for an all-in Datas here.
Yeah, but they're not going to dive too heavily here. I think the big thing to look at here is the CS discrepancy. 30 CS up in the top lane for Eterno. That's pretty significant.
Gonna get this wave under the turret, so Bobol gets at least a bit of CS and a bit of the wave reset. You can see that NASUS is struggling with the CS at the minute, I think it's safe to say. Down half of what Eterno's already put down, and does have himself the opportunity now to get himself a little bit of CS back whilst Eterno is shopping, picking up his items. Sells the Phage, goes back into Kindle Gem and another Ruby Crystal, so still thinking about the Mythic.
Yeah. And I think we're coming up at the same timer as last game, and it's just about the same gold lead for Mega Gaming Insurgence, 1K at that 7-minute mark.
And this time, of course, there's been a little bit more action, but the general gist of where the gold lies and why it lies there are going to be fairly similar. We've got CS leads across all 3 lanes this time round. Yes, mid lane isn't quite so big as the other ones, and once again, Rapid Fire able to just be so far ahead. You can see that Immortal even have to call down Mitch to just help break this freeze that Kiri has set up, and I don't even know if the Hecarim is going to be able to do it here. They've just got to try and do their best to break it, and it looks like it's going to go under the turret, so saved for now, but Insurgents applying so much pressure down on the bot side from just good wave whip manipulation.
We're constantly seeing Memoria here in the mid lane landing those combos. I'm proccing a lot of damage. Ooh, beautiful ultimate here. Ooh, beautiful flash coming out from Mortal Karnik. I've probably butchered that. Seraphine. Flashing Seraphine.
And Memoria just not using Yone ulti there. Not too sure. Maybe just thinking that they'd got the kill and they didn't need it to, but better safe than sorry. And if you use your ulti and you fly by, you just get out of turret and you don't expend anything. As it happens, they just don't get anything for it.
He actually flash Q'd to try to pick that kill up, and he didn't get it because the flash was well timed from Seraphine there.
and I'm gonna let you in on a secret here, Ivar. That Yone ulti has a bigger range than Flash. Also does probably more damage as well. But I mean, either way, right? Like the result is the same: Flash Q or miss of the ulti. Either way, the Seraphine's gonna flash. So not the worst case situation. They obviously burn a lot of time and.
Seraphine is top lane? Lane swap maybe? And she's gonna get punished for it instantly. She's flashless and she's dead. They should donate this kill over to Eterno. Yeah, Data's just gonna land that last auto. Eterno picks up the kill. I'm not sure why they lane swap. Maybe they think that the this 3-man gank in the mid lane here. Yone ulti comes out, but he hits the NASUS, so he doesn't go as far as he would like. Wither is coming out there, and he's gonna go down. That's gonna be picked up for the NASUS, and looks like the lane swap worked out for both teams.
I don't know about what worked out, but it pays off, I think, is probably the better way of putting it here. Thodo could be challenged as well. Mitch is nearby. Has ulti here, Volibear, so really good timing.
He's just gonna ult away and try to just walk this out here.
Okay, the turn.
Unless... Okay.
Yeah, TP coming out from Yone, and he's just gonna go forward here. Has that movement speed. Actually already has tier 2 boots, so he's gonna be able to chase down pretty convincingly. Double knockup comes out, and NASUS should be going down. That's gonna pop, and Moria picks up a kill.
Really good answer on the top side right there. There we go. A bit of revenge, bit of retribution for Memoria. Gets 3-manned in the mid lane and turns a TP, or turns the top lane fight back around. So really strong stuff for the Yone, picking himself up the kill as well. Going to be really happy with that one, not TPing in for an assist, which always feels a little bit bad. Now here comes Rapid Fire.
Yeah, Hook does come out onto Unfried Beans, and Data's here. They're gonna go onto Misfortune. The cask lands before the before Cosmic Radiance can proc or fully channel, and they're gonna pick up that kill onto Immortal Blade, and that should be a dragon going over towards the side of Mega Gaming Insurgence.
And just a small thing here, really happy with Rapid Fire's combos on Aphelios. Getting himself as many chakrams as possible before firing off those auto attacks. It's the little things on Aphelios that make the difference, and when there are so many micro interactions between all of your guns, being on top of that is pretty fundamental, and he played that fight about as well as he could have done right there.
Pretty huge CS lead coming out from these lanes.
It looks, yep, pretty sizable. Seraphine as well, it's something to note. She's not going to have anything in this lane. Even if the CS was closer, the build path that she's gone for doesn't enable it. We're likely to just see Moonstone and be the supportive style, but you're down a level, you're down combat effectiveness just because your build doesn't allow you to be much of a damage source, and especially when your team doesn't have any AP either. Going for this Moonstone can definitely hurt you a lot.
This feels bad for Misfortune. Why is she face checking that? None of her team is around, and Rapid Fire picks up another kill.
Yeah, Taric just walked through the river, so they were like, well, unless there's somebody in this brush, I'm fine. And then there was Data in the brush, so she wasn't fine. Yeah, just unfortunate. Lack of, I suppose, awareness, lack of respect. And up on this top side, it's not looking much better either. Divine Sundra completed for Volibear up against the components for the NASUS. So Volibear going to be winning these trades for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking at the level leads too. Just level 8 to level 6 on the ADCs. It's getting pretty scary here because I don't see the damage coming out from the side of Haute without Misfortune being relevant.
He's just going in. Okay, the important thing here, there was that he missed one of the first or the second Q, so he didn't get knock up, didn't have the opportunity to set up the CC for Kyrie and Data who were nearby. So again, little micro mechanical mistakes that make it a little bit more difficult. I don't even know if they'd have had the damage or the burst to get in there and take out the Seraphine, especially with Taric right there. But good enough that they get away at least. No mana, Seraphine definitely needs to be recalling, and with no quote mana items, no mana mythics coming through just yet, it's not really looking too good in the mana pool.
I'm just trying to think of how Haute comes back into this. Like last game we had like a clear-cut way with their wombo combo to win team fights, but here they're just I don't see it.
This is Super Susan. This is what they're going for here.
Super Susan, okay. Hook does come out. And yep, Yone ultimate comes out. That's going to be picked up. Top in the fighting the top lane here, and they're going to pick up another. Oh no, the flash comes out from
Super
NASUS, and that's
Susan.
gonna be a shutdown. Yeah, shutdown coming over to Immortal Mitch, and he's going to try to run down Data here, but Data has this scuttle for that movement speed, and he's just going to walk it out.
Yeah, nice little 1-for-0 up on the top side right there, and I think that this is the best place for them to go to. To be honest, they have two really strong bruisers up against Gragas and Volibear, who are very strong in their own right, but to be honest, it's about the best place that they could look to take an even fight. Kiri just flashing for dominance. Yep, don't throw a hook, dude. Just flash. Try not to smile, guys. We didn't see.
Try not to. Let's get a stack check here. 189 stacks on NASUS. Pretty low, not considering.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could be better for sure, but you know, he's had a very tough time farming against the Volibear.
It's Super Susan.
It's the Super Susan comp. They have Tarek to make sure he doesn't take damage. They have Seraphine to roll an Encore out through. Rapid Fire has no innate mobility, I guess. The Super Susan comp is what they're drafting here, and if it doesn't come through, then flame me, I guess.
One thing I am noticing is that Data has built a Night Harvester.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a Chad move for sure.
Disrespect.
He has been putting in work, but maybe some disrespect. Maybe just they think they need the extra damage, but
Well, they don't have too much AP, right?
Yeah.
So
they have the Yone,
sense.
which does. They have the Yone and the Volibear, which does some magic damage, I guess. But yeah, does make sense. Yeah.
Seraphine can't Moonstower you if she dies in one combo from a Gragas.
True.
Maybe some fighting in the top lane here.
Exhaust?
NASUS ultimate is used. Yeah, exhaust coming out to Eterno. Eterno's just going to use that Stormbringer to walk away. Hook does come out onto the Tarek. Flay comes out. Yone ultimate comes out, and he's going to pick up a kill onto Tarek. Once again, Cosmic Radiance not channeled in time, and should be another dragon going over to Omega Gaming Insurgence.
Now tell me what the pitfalls of the Super Susan compositions are when there's no Susan there. It's you have no composition, and unfortunately, without Bobble nearby, they don't make it happen, and they lose the Drake, they lose the fight. Really good pick from Insurgents to begin with as well. I mean that they get themselves their second dragon of the game, and now Mitch might be in a little bit of trouble, but no ulti on Memori, he's just going to be able to run it out.
Yeah. It's looking grim. I do want to point out one thing Cole just talked about in chat here. Eterno just seems to be AFK pushing the wave. I don't know why. He's just giving NASUS resources, like Cole's pointing out. He can just, you know, hit the little tundra on the top lane there and just stand in front of the wave and not do anything. NASUS can't step up. He's just too far behind.
Do you want to, Vic? Do you want to explain the origins of the tundra, or somebody for people that may not know, some lesser experienced Omega veterans?
You know, the tundra is what the Normans would call a freeze. You know, it's basically just when you lane kingdom and keep that freeze in place for a very extended amount of time, but. Yeah, that's basically what the tundra is.
Oh, beautiful cast coming out from Data into the hook. They're going to donate that kill over to Rapid Fire, and he is 2-0 on this Aphelios.
Hasn't been the standout carry for Insurgents in game number 2, but they haven't been able to do quite as much up against Tarek Misfortune with Cleanse than you know, and obviously the rest of the map is thriving as well. It is slightly slower paced here for Insurgents, but they've got themselves the same sort of lead, and this one doesn't feel quite as one-sided, but it sort of looks it.
Look at Ginkle's farm. 204 CS at 18 minutes.
Yeah, insane farm numbers right there.
Don't be happy.
Really,
L9.
He's really showing a lot of prowess on the...
Oh my god, how is Kiri hitting these? The Lantern does come out, Play does come out, Cosmic Radiance is channeled, but Hecarim's going to ult away. That's going to be really difficult. We do see... Ooh, man. We saw the Seraphine ult.
Oh my god.
Shit. Complete deletion. Signs of Life actually coming out from Haute there. A beautiful combo with the Seraphine ult and the bullet time, but Moria just kind of took over the team fight with that Yone ult and just popped the backline with Helios.
he just destroyed them, like full slammed every single member on the squad right there. And you know, the Super Susan comp looked to thrive without the Susan right there, and everything was looking great. And then Yone steps up, presses one button, turns the team fight on a dime, and makes the entire team fight go the entire opposite direction. Memoria hands down right there, just smurfing the entire fight.
I also think Immortal mid here on the Hecarim didn't trust his team enough. He could have ulted into Mega Gaming there, and if he hits a multi-man fear on the Hecarim in that corridor, I think that fight goes very different.
It's definitely possible, and yeah, it's one of those things where you kind of just have to have faith in your squad, and unfortunately just not quite having it is going to be the downfall a little bit there, even if NASUS
has clarity,
yeah. Dude. He needs the mana, okay? Look, he's half mana pool, okay?
Why didn't NASUS take clarity, guys?
He's actually got the disco summoner spells right now.
Yep. Any disco new fanboy? Super Susan?
Clarity comes out.
Oh, Data's here.
And Data's here to ruin his day.
But there's a counter gank here, like you talked about. We do see the Hecarim ult, and I don't think this is going to look good for Mega Gaming Insurgence. 1 kill picked up by Super Susan, 2 kills picked up by Super Susan. That's plus 12 and 450 gold.
Thank you very much. They finally play to their win condition, and it comes through in a big way. They get themselves a double kill on the top side. They're probably going to be able to transition this, but here comes Memoria.
He lands the ultimate, and he's going to go in to try to get some kills here. Cosmic Radiance is used. Teleport is coming out from Seraphine, and Memoria might be in a little bit of a sticky situation, but Hot's stuck in between the members of Mega Gaming. Yeah, Memoria needs to be careful. He's going to use the double knock, a beautiful mechanical, I don't want to call it outplay, but mechanical prowess there. Knocks up NASUS again, and
oh, Kiri.
It's just a beautiful Kiri hitting the Lantern, and max range hooked pull in NASUS, and that should be Baron.
It was the max range Lantern on top there. As well.
And then people were wondering why we B1 Thresh here. Kiri's just absolutely dominant on this champion, and his confidence just, he can pick it into anything. It's insane.
I mean, that's going to be Baron. It's going to be a big swing in Insurgence's favour. In case they didn't need it in the first place, they channel all of their bot side resources into taking down the NASUS, and they're more than capable of doing so. Memoria is just so strong on this Yone. Has Infinity Edge completed, has the shield bow as well, and probably going to go back and pick himself up a third completed item the second he gets a chance to reset. We touched on the farm earlier, and picking up another couple kills right there, only going to aid and abet his efforts at trying to pick up those items.
Yeah, I definitely was a bit wrong in when I said Immortal learned their lesson from last game to respect Kiri's Thresh. It's all fine if you don't want to spend a ban on the Thresh, but you have to do better in answering it in drafts. And Immortal just don't seem to have any answers to most of what Insurgents have drafted here.
Oh, here comes the all-in. Oh, well, never mind.
Wither exists.
I meant the all-in for the NASUS, but he bottled it, so there was no all-in. I think that's probably the best opportunity they had, to be honest. Yone misses third Q. Here comes a hook. Oh, return.
Play does come out. Stun does land on to Eterno. Eterno's going to be feared into his team. Beautiful 3-man cast. Actually, anti-synergy there from the side of Omega Gaming. Flash hook comes out.
Captain Jack.
Okay, I know why he took his cleanse there.
I mean, it's good, but what does it get them? And the answer is MF doesn't die.
Yeah, his MF doesn't die.
If they've got Baron, right, and they should just stay here. They have a minute on it. Please don't reset or look to do anything other than continue down that path. Looks like they're just going to pick up outer turrets instead. I think I'd have just preferred them to take mid inhibitor. Mid inhibitor is so much better than 2 tier 2s that they're not even picking up. They have a minute left on Baron that they're just wasting right now, so a pretty catastrophic macro misplay right here, I would say. They have Baron, they're so far ahead, they don't need the perfect situation to get themselves into the base. When you're up 12,000 gold, you can just brute force.
Mm-hmm. Mechanics just go out the window.
I mean, pretty much, yeah. Without putting too fine a point on it, that's exactly what happens. Yone's 3 items, Aphelios' 3 items.
Yeah. It's just... They're just so far ahead in terms of itemization.
Okay, Flash as well. They still get a bit of Baron usage, and like I said, they don't even have minions here, and they're breaking the turret, so... it just goes to show what they could have done. I mean, they still get the end goal, and like I say, with such a gold lead, it really doesn't matter how they choose to play it out, but it's these slight things that when you come up against... Oh, well, hold on. I mean, Seraphine's dead.
Oh,
yeah, Seraphine is dead. We see the bullet time into the fear from Hecarim's ultimate, but Hook does come out. His Fortune doesn't have cleanse this time. She's going to go down, and they're just going to flash forward. Just trying to pick up some more kills, pad their KDAs. Eterno needs to be careful. He's low. He doesn't care. He's just a bear living his best life here inside the base of Haute Immortal.
I know we do get the answer to the age-old question: what is stronger, a bear or a dog? Turns out it's definitely the bear in this game here, with Volibear definitely taking it to the NASUS on the top side, and looks like Insurgence is going to be able to put the finishing touches here on this game.
Yeah, this is going to be I want to say fairly convincing.
I think you can say it.
Yeah. They're going to let Memoria die here. Aha! And the KDA just goes down.
Sedge.
He left the game. But yeah, pretty dominant from start to finish of the series from the side of Omega Gaming. Let's see these stats if they pop up for me. I'm looking at skip it, waiting for stats screen.
So is the stream, Ivar. Don't worry. We don't get the luxury either, unfortunately.
Sometimes Riot Client does this to us.
It's always game 2. Always game 2 this happens. I'm noticing.
Always game 2. But yeah, I mean, we can't see it, so I can't really comment on it too much, but I think MVP of the series, definitely Kiri, yeah? Is that everybody's same sentiment?
He's the only one that got 100% kill participation in game 1. He had a couple Smurf fights in game 2. I think that the difference between game 1 and game 2 where it showed that Insurgents can play around multiple roles, which is always good to see. And that they're not just going to be relying on funneling rapid fire, which is always, like I say, good to have more than one win condition, more than one way of playing out your game. So, you know, picking a coherent MVP from game 1 to game 2, a little bit difficult, but I think Kiri did a more than adequate job, so quite happy myself, Vic.
Yeah, for me it's Kiri, although I'd say soft second place to Ginkle or Memoria just for his game 2 performance. I thought he played incredibly well on the Yone. Really, you know, dominant in lane with the trading and with his CSing, and then taking over the team fights in the late game was outstanding. So
yeah. But yeah, I think we're all on the same page here. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you to all the people coming over from Haute Immortal, hanging out in the chat. We appreciate you guys. For all the Omega guys in chat, thanks for coming out. We do have some mice on sale here. If you are in the server or if you have any questions, just DM me. I can direct you in the right direction. Some Omega Gaming branded mice. But besides that, we're going to send you guys over to Upsurge, I believe. Yeah, let's send everybody over to Upsurge. Show them a little bit of a love on their UML stream. And we will be back Wednesday for Omega Gaming Unleashed Week 5 in Excellency Mid-League. I have been Ivar, joined with Viscero and Rude Dude here, if you guys want to sign yourselves out.
Thanks for having me on the cast. Always a pleasure. Really fun game, fun series overall to cast with you guys.
And look to seeing you guys on Wednesday. You've got myself and Gordo, I believe, as always, giving you the Omega Gaming Unleashed rundown in their Excellency Mid-League Trials.